Hello, hello. This video is about the Work Tough Gear War Hammer and the K-Bar Combat, or the K-Bar regular kukri actually. So please stand by. The video doesn't start whenever I know it. It's weird. K-Bar Kukri, Work Tough Gear Warhammer. I'm waiting for YouTube to let me go live so I know Yuns can interact with me. I is Nacho the Squacho, and I love you. I love Yuns. So waiting to go live. Today's video is about K-Bar Kukri, the Work Tough Gear Warhammer. And I'm trying to wait till I go live. Hello, I'm pretty sure I'm live. Okay guys, video's gonna start. Hello, hello. So Nacho the Squacho here, and ever since freaking Plato and Mohandas Gandhi sailed the ocean blue, the universal question of the cosmos, has always been, what is better for yuns? Which is better for yuns' life out there? Is it the K-Bar Kukri or the Work Tough Gear Warhammer? And Oz is going to do a little bit of this here, delimiting the sacrificial tree, and I will bring yuns up to par to say. So I'm gonna chop at this thing here and tell you what I think is more formidable as a weapon slash a love-making tool. The Work Tough Gear Warhammer. And this there's now Amazon told me that this their hair would be partially leather sheath for them's line. And then the accoutrements that came up with this here Warhammer was all codex and stuff. But it's got this there, them there. It's a little bit of string, and it's blowing my mind. Because them there's tops is selling knives like the Vortex, or what's that them there? The Stone Vector, and then them there's got them there's to see the El Chete. Them there's don't got no little strings like it don't make no sense. I put them there's and them there's and it clicks a little bit like that. And then you put a little string like that. It doesn't really make much sense. It is pretty fast when you do that. There's the deployable thing. It does kind of help the aptitude of fast deployability. It's very slicey. I've noticed it's a lot more slicey than even the K-Bar Kukri. I was like, what the fuck? But the K-Bar Kukri is ergonomically made to whoop some ass. Now, I've been doing lots of things with them there things. This, for budget-wise, there has this the K-Bar Kukri, and they have the Cutlass. This reminds me of the Cutlass, but it's even better because it's got there's a choil. And I like this high saber grind kind of thing. Now here it's a convex edge. But put it in normal terms, this is more of your like Essa Hungla style, full flat grind or high saber grind business going on, and that's my favorite kind of grind. In my level of expertise, I've been a Sasquatch hunting in the woods, trying to fight for the right to arm bears and the bear arms. Their hairs, all the high saber grind, all the full flat grind of goodness has always been really up to speed. I fucked around and I found out a lot of doohickeys that look very gimmicky and they're supposedly really strong. And they had this, I don't know what the fuck this shit is, but you see how this is one big ass block of steel? And then at the very end, there's finally a grind. There's finally this bevel business going on. But when you look ahead, it goes all the way up to there. It's just a full blade. It makes it so much more slicer. It bites in a real nice. Now, there's certain pros and cons of every kind of design and ergonomics. There's a reason them here low ass bevel, some kind of holla grind, holla back, holla grind. I thought holla grind was the most slicey, but hell no, the Work Tough Gear War Hammer is so much more slicey. I tell you what, it's so ooh. Some better channel than mine called Jacob B. Peterson or Pepper Bunkers Outdoors. He explained in some video why this blade would be more slicey than a blade like this for the aforementions I just ascertained, which is what I mentioned about this full flat grind, this full saber grind business. And then nowadays, when I see a knife that has the bevel coming way down there or somewhere down too much down there, I just throw it the fuck away. I don't really buy it anymore. I want something that's full flat grind or high saber grind. Now, let me give you a caveat. If you live in like more northern America, almost conflated California with America, guys. I'm sorry for that blasphemy. If you live in Northern America, you could probably have a freaking lower bevel with this shit. I no longer have some of my other knives for this fucking reason, guys. I live in Southern California. If you want to, this is the fall season. It's the autumn season, and it's finally fucking fall, guys. If it wasn't for those clouds, those precious clouds, it would be hotter. It would be hotter than gross ass. It would be a fucking a desert halitosis hell. It wouldn't be good, man. It's just like that perpetually here, okay? So, anyways, there's some like 70s van. I don't want to put them on blast, but let me show people that I'm making a video, okay? So here's the Work Tough Gear War Hammer. Here's that, okay? I just basically brandished at machetes at people passing by. Like, look at that weird guy there. What in the hell? Californians don't talk like that. Californians like, what the fuck, eh? You're like, dude, what's that guy on, bruh? So, had a lot of blades that were not full flat grind or high saber grind, and now I throw that shit on the ground, dude. Hold on, I'm looking so in case I don't get carjacked. I think Weezins is a good. So, okay. Almost threw my back out there or something. Alright. I feel like this K-bar blade is giving me sometimes the same amount of bite as this Work Tough Gear Warhammer. It's like the ergonomics. I fucking wish Ontario Knife Company didn't go out of business. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I don't know if OKC Knives went out of business. I never got to buy their Marine Raider. I also never got to buy their fucking A, I'm sorry for the noise, guys. I never got to buy their SP50 or their SP53. What the fuck I mean is, okay, here's this K-bar, right? I wish this was a thicker spine and a full flat grind, just like you'll see with the Work Tough gear. It's a thick ass spine. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, see how much thicker that is than this. This is more of a machete than a knife, but then for some reason the ergonomics make it a knife again. Now, if you're not the best chopper in the world, oh, the handle to this is gravy. The handle to this, like, in my opinion and some others, you don't even need a lanyard. But this thing, dude, it's ergonomically made for really good. But anyway, without further ado, let me just do some action here, cause there's like people are gonna be like, what the hell is that guy doing? So let's see here. Watch this. This will start with the K-bar. Last time I did with one chop with the Work Tough, whatever, but I'm kind of out of balance. Yeah, see, that was easy, right? That was easy. And then like, see, watch, for bite force or something, come down this way, kind of at a 11 to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock angle. See, okay, see, that was one swipe with it. See, that's what I was talking about, that low bevel business. So I went, it really kind of deflected, which was my user error, I'm sure. Yeah, I kind of like hacked into here, but that's pretty good. And see, I guess everybody's got a preference, okay? Like, I was very lucky that this Work Tough gear blade was even available. A lot of times Work Tough gear is not available for shit. And everybody gets the Kershaw Camp 10, right? Kershaw Camp 10 is a really good blade. In some retrospects, the Kershaw Camp 10 is very affordable, and it is better than this the K-Bar Kukri in a lot of ways. This K-Bar Kukri, man, to me, if you want to get a budget blade that you're just starting, and you want something that's a decent weapon and a decent knife and a decent machete, which I'll get to the differences, you can't go wrong with this. Like, some people are not gonna like the sheath, which I'll find. I put the sheath somewhere. But let me kind of show you the reason why I don't have. I'm thinking about buying the Top Storm Vector. It's like what you call a Viking Sax. And a Viking Sax is a very, very straight blade. It's not curved like this, okay? It makes it easier to sharpen when it's a straight blade. But you guys, so I'm in the martial arts. I'm not claiming to be a badass, but I do know from like studying whatever the fuck I know that this design right here, like, look, I just described how I don't like low bevels, but look, I'm loose and then boom, then loose and then flex, boom, 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 like in circles. You don't have to raise this above your head. It's very nimble, and the handle makes it stay in your hand. I just cut the lanyard off this other fucking blade, man. But if you look at a video about what the hell a lanyard on your knife is, some people like to wrap a cord around their hand so their tool sticks in their hand as they're chopping. This K-Bar Kukri, I don't believe it needs it. Now, I love how nimble this is. Okay, I'm not claiming to be all badass and Jackie Chan. Just kind of showcasing how fucking nimble it is, right? Very lightweight. What I'm worried about is if I did have to defend my life with this against a wild animal or something, because it's got that low bevel, okay? A low bevel. and it's not a nice full flat grind. I'm not, this is the Work Tough gear, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it's a high saber, convex, yada, yada, okay? We're just gonna, for the sake of simplicity, it's a high saber, it's a flat grind compared to this low bevel shit over here. What I'm worried about is, even though this is like a very, very nimble, it feels very good in the hand and it feels like a good weapon. I'm worried about that if you had to defend your life with this, let's say a wild pig, a wild boar, or a wild vicious dog, or a pack of coyotes, if you actually hit and it didn't penetrate the neck into the spine and the carotid arteries, and that you didn't do really much to the animal. And so then you would have to, as a martial artist, you have to ask, okay, so is this a weapon where you have to hit many times? Oh, would it be that? Is this going to be a light, nimble weapon that you have to know that you have to apply a lot of repetitions or a lot of volume compared to like an axe, right? Compared to an axe, this is not nimble. This is something you have to bring over your head, and it's a one-hitter quitter. Okay, we're talking about if you had to defend your life against some feral Appalachian meth heads or desert hills have eyes, mutants, or wild animals. Whereas a full flat grind like this, if you were lucky enough and brave enough to hit the animal, is it going to penetrate into the hard bone and the sinews and all that to strike vitals to get it to slow down, breathe out, or bleed out, or hopefully incapacitate? You get the point. These are partial bludgeons and partial slashes and chops. This is more slashy. There's a video by Jacob B. Peterson who explained why a blade like this is more slicey than this K-bar here that's a lot more affordable or a lot more accessible. Accessible meaning like you could buy this from Amazon right now. You might not be able to buy this for another 2 years. It might not be available. This Work Tough gear stuff. Work Tough gear has a lot of respect in the survival knife crowd, guys. The sheath with the Work Tough gear Warhammer, I mean, when a blade is bowed out at the end, or a blade isn't like a regular knife, then creating a sheath for it is going to be more cumbersome. So all I know is you would have to pardon me to show you the sheath of the K-bar. The Work Tough gear, the last edition or the last kind of Work Tough gear Warhammer I got, it did have a Kydex. Everybody loves a Kydex. I don't hate this sheath. All I know is it's dependent on a little string for it to stay in place. And I don't know how long that can last, you know, with weather differences or accidents or falls or snags. So I kind of want to get actually a leather sheath for the Work Tough gear. But all I know is I wish K-Bar would make this blade like Ontario Knife Company used to make the SP53, which was a thick blade at the spine, just like this one is, a thick blade at the spine, but it's a full flat grind. A full flat grind, meaning like, see how the bevel or the blade, the actual blade don't start till way here. This is just a block of steel. The ergonomics is to preserve some kind of like durability, right? And then I'm not an expert really. All I know is when you're chopping with a blade that's really slicey, or you know what I mean, the full flat, what I was just talking about, you have to really make a good kerf, you know, a wedge, whatever you're chopping. You know how when you chop with an axe, you come in at an angle, and they get stuck a lot, which in a self-defense situation, animal, person, that's another question I would want to ask a better martial artist than me. hey, so if a full flat grind is better to incapacitate the animal or vicious person, is it liable that you could get stuck in a non-vital area and it could still attack you? Whereas this would have been more ideal for a less skilled person because it won't get stuck as much. It'll create a big wound at the surface, even though this can penetrate more. A bigger surface wound that you could do more times. So does it have pros and cons that make it equal in the end? I don't know. All I know is if I was in a survival situation, I would want the Work Tough Gear War Hammer for more reasons. The spine could strike with a fire steel to make sparks, to make fire. It's got a great choil and it is more slicey. Honestly, I don't need another knife. I really don't. Like, thank God I have more, but this Work Tough Gear Warhammer, it does everything. I've been going at my wits end trying to see what has more bite, choppiness, what has more penetration between these two blades. And I mean, I know this is more slicey when I'm cutting cords and stuff, but I feel like everything else is almost just as equal. Except for this actually, in my hand, it feels like it would make a better weapon. It stays, the handle just stays in your hand more. This is not bad. I just feel like this is the perfect in between a weapon and tool. I honestly wish it was a little bit bigger, but that would make it more conspicuous, the crazy shit. Somebody said make it stick. Hey, what's up, boss? Hey, bro, how you doing? I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been reading comments lately. I just been making music or whatever, or recording my silly radio channel. But anyways, now let me take a slice at this or a chop at this with the Work Tough Gear and see how it feels or what it looks like. So again, with the K-bar, it made that it kind of deflected. That blade kind of deflected. So I'm gonna try to mimic that in a way. So coming at kind of 11 to 5 o'clock angle, and I'm gonna come a little bit higher, I guess. Nah, a little bit lower. So there's stuff in the way. Let me clear this off. So accurate representation. Thanks for bearing with. Okay. See, it's braced a little bit. Hope it doesn't do a seesaw and hit me in the face. Oh wow, the K-bar looks better, but that was my user error. Let me go a little bit lower here. Yeah, I kind of skid. I skid instead of going through it. It's user error. You gotta pardon me. I'm Southern California, and I haven't been doing this since last fall. That's not like I'm a country boy. I wish I was. So, anyways, this was all the skidded. This was the K-bar. Anyways, let me try to see how it penetrate. So yeah, I mean, trust me, it does a better job than that. It just how it feels good. So yeah, so when it's getting stuck in there, when your blade is kind of getting stuck in there, like, and you got to kind of seesaw it out, what some people like or not. In my opinion, that's a good blade, because the reason being is if it has a lot of bite like that, it's gonna help you clear trails. Oh, it's all wet. It's gonna help you clear all this brush and shit out of your fucking way, guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a good example. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna help you clear trails. It's gonna, like, oh, I can't walk through this. Okay, well, if you do this shit enough times, you'll get through it. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful day. We don't get a lot of days like this in the Southern California desert. So, but anyways, the show's about the knife. So yeah, I'm getting pretty good bites with that, you know. And then another thing I like about blades is so that you don't always have to put them back in sheath. Are they good to just stick in a log, so you could put it there and do other business, go cook some coffee, go, I don't know. So coming this ways, this is actually my right hand, but the camera's mirrored, but I'm coming like this ways. So I'm better at the opposite, but so I mean, because how this feels in the hand, and it's a kukri design, it feels like it's getting just as much power. I mean, like probably even more power, dude. You know, like. But what I'm worried about is, man, I think I just prefer it having more bite to it. So that was the new hits from the KR, you know, from this one. Another thing, I have a video that got kind of quite a lot of hits, and it's called the Donnie B All Day Drop Test. Let's see if I mess this up. Yeah, great, good for me. So I don't think with proper use these screws are ever gonna come loose. But one thing I liked about, I never got to buy Ontario Knife Company. The K-Bar and Ontario Knife Company, you never have to worry about screws coming loose. There's no screws. I don't have to carry extra shit. But it's not a true full tang. It's not a true full tang blade. This even has like a pommel on it, like a little hammer, you know. This does not. But also with it not being full tang, true full tang, it makes it lighter. It's better for hiking weight. So yeah, that's how usually the story goes. But without further ado, let me wait till some people pass through, and then we're gonna do some more chops and clear some of the sticks. But yeah, so anyways, I'll show you guys the sheath of this later, but I'm letting some nice little family people pass. Like, what the hell is that guy doing? What the hell is that guy doing? But yeah, so let me not accidentally hit anybody. All right, so yeah, man, like so my little next hiking adventure, I mean, I want to bring this K-Bar because it saves space in the pack. The sheath is less bulky. Even if I didn't put things on the sheath, you know, okay, that didn't bite for shit, but you know, you never know. Could be the user error. So I mean, it can get the job done, and it stays in my hand. I don't need no lanyard. Okay, that bite there was pretty good. It's taking good. See, when it's at low bevel though, it will take these chunks out. It will take these chunks out, and it's very, this, trying to make it stick. Just like the blade's a lot thinner here than here. I don't know if that matters. I don't know if it's like the same thickness here again. No, I don't think so. Anyways, so it still makes it good for clearing trails, because that's what machetes are for. Machetes, you need kind of like a thin, longer blade. It easily goes through the branches so that you can get stuff out of your face, so you can walk through things, you know. But if you guys are already outdoor enthusiast, oh, but by the way, I beat the living shit out of this blade on a video that got a lot of views. I mean, the video's short, but at the end of the day, I beat it so bad that fucking it got loose. The handle got loose, but that was the worst thing. I tried to break it on purpose. I tried to bend it really, really harshly and abuse the blade, and it didn't get any worse than having a loose handle. And I don't know if all K-bars are the same, but I had a zombie cleaver or some shit. zombie machete from BAR, and I accidentally chipped the blade by hitting it on the concrete. And I did it one more time, and the whole thing like shattered, like no cap. It was just like a little shard of whatever. It fucked up really bad. But that's also me abusing the blade, you know. But it could also be, some people could be like, oh, if it didn't shatter like that, it's probably their Rockwell hardness was stupid. That's why it was. That was why it was cheap, and they were trying to be it on sale at the time. At the time I buy it, I wish. But, anyways, so de-limbing is feeling okay. Okay, so I already hit that twice, and it's doing an okay job. But see how the de-limbing feels with okay. This is a pretty tough branch. Missed a couple times. Anyway, that's not the focus of the matter. Trying to see. So I'm gonna go boom from about right here. Kind of a hip and a wrist flick. Okay. Remember, I want to see blades that have a lot of bite. So, I mean, I landed at a pretty good sweet spot. Okay, plenty of bite. And then, I don't have the blade with me, but I was thinking of buying the Tops Storm Vector. It's a blade that has a lot of bite. But I'm wondering, because the Storm Vector is a straight blade instead of curved, that the curved blade is more suitable for the muscle memory or the style that I learned, that says you should like hit kind of like in circles, like boom, boom, boom. You see that? Kind of chugga, chugga, chugga. Like the wheels of a train or something. Anyways, without further ado, let's see. Now I'm gonna try to mimic the same kind of force. Okay, Donnie B all day, drop test. Not less than 4 feet though. Pretty good. You guys see that? It's stuck. Yeah, good job, yay. So interesting, right? Wow. Okay, so here we go. A bit lower here. And then see what I mean? Like, to me, it just feels like that this blade it was much cheaper. It feels a lot more light, more nimble, more wieldy. It feels more reliable as a weapon. But not to count this out, because even though, I don't know if it's a delusion or mirage, even though the BAR is feeling more comfortable for me, even though the BAR is feeling more comfortable, this blade here, you get this pommel. See, wow, hold on. You get this pommel that can hammer in tent spikes and smash coconuts or walnuts and stuff like that, dude. And I love this choil business where you could put your finger here like a gun, put your thumb on the spine, and now you can shave the wood. It's kind of a bad example. I need 2 hands, but you could kind of start shaving the wood so that you could get little tinder, because it's easier to catch these little pieces on fire, you know? It's a lot more comfortable to have a choil to do that with a big blade. But it's just a lot more heavier. The handle is pretty great. It doesn't feel as comfortable as this one, but the handle's not bad. It's not going to go flying out of my hand. It's just that one feels so secure and so comfortable with the K-bar. But it just feels like they're getting the same. Nah, that had more bite, man. It felt a lot more, that was easier, had a lot more slicey. I used less force. I'm pretty sure that did have more bite, and it should have more bite because of the ergonomics, so I hear. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, but let's see. I don't know, man. I don't know, let me put you guys down real quick. Not verbally. But, yeah, man, this is blowing my mind. Pretty sure this Work Tough gear is, so, oh no, there's a crazy coyote. I hate you for eating cats, coyote, stupid fuck. Oh, you little shit. Genuinely got mad. So, fucking, felt decent. Hey, felt like I had more power, but less bite. Hey, stuck pretty well. Yeah. Hey, stuck very fucking well. Some people don't like the bite, if it gets stuck in there, because like, oh, what if it take me a while to get this out, and a wild animal or somebody comes out of the woods? Boom, boom. But yeah, guys, just the fact of the matter that I'd rather put the K-bar in my right hand is. Oh, and then another thing about the high saber grind with the thicker spine on this knife. You could YouTube what batoning is. Batoning is essentially if you put a big knife, in the middle of a log, and you hammer with a wooden hammer, like a wooden hammer meaning like a big wooden stick or something usually. And if you split this in fours, and then in sixes or eights and all that over and over, eventually it's better to make kindling. You can YouTube what all that's about. But this particular video, trying to test the bite force of, I mean, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Work Tough gear. I heard the SE Hungless. It's a $200 knife. This is like almost a $300 knife. The K-bar is like a $100 knife, guys. The Kershaw Camp 10, which is a lot more budget friendly, but I think would be a less formidable as a weapon as the K-bar. That is like 50 or 60 bucks if you get a good deal. So we see the bite of the Work Tough gear. Okay, I'm not necessarily a knife collector. I'm a person who's looking for, fuck. I'm a person who's looking for the, oh, sorry guys about that. Fuck, man, that's fucking horrible. I'm the person who's looking for the ultimate knife. So, get my own cell phone out of the way. Okay, you guys almost fell over again. So that's the Work Tough gear. So pick this up. I mean, I hit that really hard though. I hit it. It's the ergonomics. It's the Not really. I don't mean the grind. It's the way it's shaped. It gives it so much power. But it did about roughly the same. So let me give these things a few chops and see. I can only give you my opinion, and I've been getting the feel for this for a while. So, okay, give me a second, guys. Just gonna try to take these off. So about 5 chops. I mean, it does slide down to the point that it can hurt my pinky a little bit, but it's easy to adjust the grip in midair. Okay, I wasn't really counting. I'm pretty sure that was about 20 plus chops. I don't know if that was on camera at all. Sorry, guys. But it felt really comfortable and really good, as much as it's gonna get for having blades. The Kershaw does feel really comfortable too, with its rubberized handle and stuff like that going on. But let's see how the Work Tough Gear Warhammer feels. Now, to be fair, the Work Tough Gear, it's gonna cut a stick off that's thinner. It's thinner than the stick I just cut off. But I want to see, just here to see how it feels. So, hope you guys can see. I mean, yeah, it was a thinner stick, but now we have a more comfortable platform to clear stuff with. Okay, now we can get a pretty accurate feel for things. See if I hit it at the same time. Well, I gotta admit, they're not gonna stay in, but I don't know if you could pause and zoom in, or screenshot and zoom in. The K-bar did hit with more surface area. It had, with its shape, it did end up hitting like more material. Going in deeper, I wouldn't say that though. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see. That's a good camera angle. Let's see if you guys will fall off again. That's a good sign. When it bites so good, you could pick it up like that. Okay. Let's give some chops and see how it feels. Woo. I think it feels better without a lanyard. Maybe that's just me. That felt pretty good. Now let's see. I'm sorry you're not getting a good view, guys. See, try to point it to you guys or something. I mean, that feels pretty fucking good too. It feels like it's more controlled, or I just got better at it. I don't know. But hypothetically, this isn't a good stick for a spear, but if you're trying to make a spear with this K-bar shit, good luck. It feels like shit. If you're trying to make a spear tip with this Work Tough Gear Warhammer, it feels better than some pocket knives that I used to own. You know, it just does. I can't deny it's better. I'm just wondering if this is like, do I live in some kind of magical matrix world where they forgot to commensurate a better slicer to a better chopper, and it doesn't really matter in this instance? And I didn't have to spend $300 on the Warhammer, but it is more of a one tool option, I'll tell you that. Sorry guys, you can barely see. Getting kind of getting kind of a workout there. Don't really need this jacket now. So I do feel like I'm getting less of a workout with the K-Bar's handle. And that's a good thing. Yeah, but it's a little bit more clumsy. Feeling a little bit more clumsier feeling than the cuts I was getting with that, so to speak. Let me take my jacket off, guys. I look like a hoodlum. I'm wearing a really baggy shirt. Yeah, I'm from the ghetto. Who cares? No, not really, man. It's like it's for the weather. It's like cheaper than a thermal or something. But this episode is brought to you by Geronimo, the real libertarian. He didn't give a fuck. He fought everybody. He's like, fuck off my people, dude. He fought America and Mexico. He's like both. Like, it's just like when we smart people tell the Democrats and the Republicans that they're both wrong. Anyways, I want to be done with politics, I swear. But sometimes, if the people are done with politics, politics will make you done as a people. Yes, I mean, I think it's because this is one of the first knives I ever trained with. That's why maybe it just feels so good to me. But honestly, like, I love this blade. I really, really do. I'm just trying to, like, get over my head, if it's in my head, that, I'm trying to see the time, that this as like a chopping or maybe even a weapon is just as good or maybe even better than this $300 tool. I don't know if it's just in my head or not. It's lighter, does a pretty good job of chopping. It's taking these big chunks out, which trust me, like, these are still hard to light on fire, but they're good to have. They're still good to have as oh, sorry, hold on, I hope I didn't turn you guys off. You really need really thin shards, you know, something really thin. But that's nice for chunks of wood in a campfire. But I'm getting big ass chunks taken out with this I keep talking about this lower bevel business. So in the beginning, I was talking about how it has a lower bevel. See the kind of chunks we get from the Work Tough Gear War Hammer. Pretty tired, guys. Yeah, big ass chunk. And it's like at the camera. But it is much, if I was trying to make spears and shit, that is much, much, much better. If you're trying to make spears and or some traps, tinder, get the point. So yeah, I can't deny. I mean, pretty good bite. I think the K-Bar would probably be a better a better piercing tool, or probably a better stabber. But I mean, those blades are amazing. I guess keep fucking both of them. Everybody wants Kydex, but this Kydex is so fucking bulky, man. Because I'll be right back. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We get the sheath for the other blade. Wow, I can't fucking find it. Got it. Now, Amazon, you didn't have to lie to me. There's nothing leather about this fucking sheath. This is the sheath the K-bar comes in. So people don't like this kind of setup. Okay, you have 3 snaps. That takes a long time to deploy. Okay, but it's easier to fit in a gun sock. Sorry, I'll show you guys better from here. So, there's a K-bar, right? I mean, if I lost all my shit, and then the next $100 I would I would be getting, honestly, for budget, people get the Kershaw Camp 10. I get the K-bar that. Okay, the Kershaw, the sheath is really good for the price, I would say, as long as the strap that it has, like the thing that it has like this on it, as long as you never cut that off or it doesn't get damaged. See, without this blade, me going into the woods and everything, I'm gonna most definitely have to have both of these. This is for all my little slicing to get little wood chips and tinder for the flames and fire to start a fire. But here's the thing, man. I don't know if you guys know what fire steel is. This is SE. It doesn't strike a fucking ferro rod. Come on, SE. You're a survivalist school. This is K-bar, legendary for the Marine Corps and all that badass. It doesn't strike a fire rod. Come on, K-bar. Tops, a lot of Tops blades, doesn't strike a fucking ferro rod. Work Tough gear. This blade here, that's gonna be so hard for you to buy. It might be more available again in 2-4 years if they're still around. And they manufacture. Sorry guys, my neck. They manufacture things in Taiwan, and Taiwan is almost on the verge of World War III with China or whatever, tariffs, you know. All that going on. And here is the Work Tough Gear Warhammer. It strikes a ferro rod. They love us. It has this choil. Because I originally liked this is the K-bar Kukri. I don't like the Combat Kukri. This is the Work Tough Gear Warhammer, right? There was a K-bar Cutlass. Joe X, my favorite knife channel. Look him up. Tell him Squacho sent you. The K-bar Cutlass survived his durability test. He's the most strongest. He tests knives to their absolute breaking limit more than anybody who's ever lived. And the K-bar Cutlass basically survived. It had a loose handle, just like when I tested this not this very knife, the same kind of knife. Same shit with me, never broke, but it lived. So yeah, that's K-bar, right? The Cutlass is shaped a lot more like this blade, but doesn't have this kind of choil. It doesn't have the slicing ability. So basically what I'm trying to say is what I want in a survival knife, guys, is it's large enough to defend your life, to baton through wood, to split logs, right? I preferably want some kind of glass breaker for some kind of hammer, some kind of breaching tool, right? Something to pop coconuts with or whatever. These kukri handles where it's shaped like a moon, they do stay in your hand while chopping like the best. Sorry, I just scratched my balls in front of you. I felt like a bug is gonna crawl in my pants. So yeah. Anyways, what I was gonna say, I get banned for that. Was it Choils? I forgot. I already forgot what I was talking about, guys. Sorry about that. But I like all that, and that it's slicey. Slicey meaning like you have some thick knives that come like this, and they're very big ass wrecking balls, and they're very hard to break. And then you have a knife like this that is more. See what I said? Here's a square, like a rectangle, and then it goes into a knife. But the knife, this knife, is like a triangle, an upside down triangle, and it turns into a knife all the way from the beginning of the. That's if the knife is pointing at you, like this. This one is really, it's thick at the top, but it gets all nice and slicey and thin. And to me, that's ideal, especially if you want a knife, a large knife that can work as a machete and clear all these branches out of your face when you're walking through shit. So, but anyways, this is indispensable. It's an indispensable tool. Um, but I have to admit, my next hiking adventure, since this is showing me that it bites just as good as this, and if you guys wanted to go on a budget, and if you had my hobby, you might be. It was somewhat cheaper to get this BAR KUKRI and this SE4 little knife for all my slicing and easy. I try to make it as EDC, everyday carry, as possible. But everybody prefers Kydex, and dude, that was scary. What am I doing? I'm gonna stab myself in the dick. Everybody prefers Kydex. It's Work Tough Gear Warhammer. It comes in Kydex, but I don't understand why my sheathing has to depend on a little string. And because it's Kydex, it's got this extra rivets and stuff that it's really bulky. It takes a lot of space in my pack, but it's definitely not a deal breaker. But with this KBAR business, okay, it's not a Kydex. It's probably a little bit slower to deploy. I think it's fast in some ways because I'll put it like, I'll have like only one strap and I'll have the rest kind of down when I'm walking in a dangerous area. But anyways, I can like basically ghetto carry this. I can use this in my belt loop or whatever the fuck, dude. It's just so much more lightweight. It slides in my pack a lot easier. So I'm probably going to try to get a leather version of something like this, but for this, so that I forget it. I have my, I'm in my I'm not in my human form asile. I'm in my beastly form asile, and people trip out. But yeah, man. So fucking A. These are blades. If you guys like getting to the outdoors and self-defense, I would be vested in. Okay, I like that this KBAR is it's very heavy in the front. It's, you see the blade is very thick, so there's a lot of weight. There's a lot of weight coming forward, so there's a lot of power. No matter what you hit, that they block something. If you hit something that's not vital, it's still a lot of force, and it's better at chopping wood. The SE Hungless, I never bought the SE Hungless. This is it's starting to rain again. I gotta go. This SE Hungless is a very, very large one of these. Looks like a standard knife. It works amazing. It feels amazing when you're slicing things. But these blades that are hard to make a sheath for, a sheath that come right out, they're really thick. They're really big in the front. That's what T said about Joe, if you know what that joke means. You know, Marlboro, guys, Marlboro. That's Joe X lingo. You guys should subscribe to Joe X. He's a lot more fun than I am. But yeah, so it's more forward heavy. And the SE Hungless, I hear, is not forward heavy. I like forward heavy. SE Hungless probably could pierce better. And the SE Hungless comes in a sheath that you'll never have to worry about buying another sheath for. SE Hungless, I would probably buy the SE Hungless if I, God forbid, lost or sold all my shit. But this K-bar, it feels really good in case I had to defend myself, hiking and all that. Other than, I don't fully trust. I want someone that's more versed in martial arts, Gurkha, Kukri fighting, knife fighting. I would want someone who knows about that to tell me if, because K-bar did not give us the same grind ergonomics as an SE Hungless or a Work Tough Gear Warhammer, if someone like me is delusional and it's dangerous because let's say I get attacked by a pack of wild coyotes or hogs, I rely on something like this, and it would have done a better job at staving off imminent danger or defeat had I had a grind like this has. But I was delusional and only in my head that this was just as good. But I'm going to risk it. My next hiking stuff, I'm going to take this K-bar because this is easier shit to carry. And if any Karens bitched at me, and if 5-0, if you know what that is, wanted to confiscate something, which I'm totally legal to carry, just like they wanted to be arbiters and dicks, I don't lose a $300 tool. I lost a $100 tool. This one. So I got to get going, guys. It was really nice to hang out with you guys because it's starting the rain is starting to pick up. It's actually finally fucking fall season and winter. I mean autumn in Southern California. Okay. Another thing that's a perk about my channel, I try to give you details about martial art things. Okay, like for example, let me tell this cold steel tomahawk that I'm always talking about. It's so fucked up, dude. It's not that sharp anymore or nothing, and it still works. It's just the way it's shaped, the way that's. I could sharpen it a little bit, whatever. It's so beat up and warped and messed up, and it's hit concrete, it's hit rocks. Okay, see, it's like it broke off. This is like spiky, but it's not spiky now. It broke, and it's still in one piece. I had a K-bar that once it chipped like that, it started breaking everywhere else. Every time I accidentally, you know what. Anyways, but the ergonomics of this, it's so heavy, and it's so formidable. It's a very one-trick pony. One-trick pony mean like this could slice somewhat. This can pierce somewhat. It's mainly a chopper, but it's a chopper that could pierce a little bit and slice a little bit. This is gonna be a while. You can slice like this, right? Right now this is pretty dull, but if you get it sharp, yeah, I guess you could slice like this. It's not comfortable. Can't really baton with it because it's not full tang. It would be heavy as shit. But this one is always. It doesn't even have to be that sharp to be formidable. A formidable tool of not just defense, but woodworking. Woodworking, dude. It's to a degree. I'd rather have this. It could baton better. It could slice better, even though it's not very slicey. But yeah, so I'm gonna take this home. I'm gonna sharpen it. This is K-bar Kukri. And I'm trying to debate, man, because if this thing is good enough, I don't need to buy the Tops Storm Vector. I already have something that feels more nimble, and the sheath. I like this sheath. Even I wish it was leather, but it fits. It fits in all my storage, backpack, side, primary, secondary weapon. Fits all that better. I'm gonna go eat some steaks or something, guys. So subscribe to this channel because we lift barbell plates and we eat T-bone steaks. and we do whatever it takes. Just like T from Cold Steel, the hot chick will do whatever it takes to take Joe X's iron rod. So if you guys want to get into budget blades, because here's the thing, guys. I love guns. I love the Second Amendment. A gun isn't going to chop your food. It's not going to chop your firewood. It's not going to cut shoestrings. It's not going to be Excalibur in a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow after you move on to fight the gods of the underworld when you leave this world. Okay? As warriors, gladiators, we know what all that's about on a daily basis. And I forgot where I was going with that, but I'm gonna go eat some steaks, and I need you guys to subscribe. I gotta be a douchebag and ask you to subscribe to my fucking lowly, primitive, rudimentary ass shit so I can keep going live. I'm eventually gonna go hiking in some dangerous shit. I wish you guys should have knew me. I should have had YouTube, and you guys should have knew me when I was a younger man. I would be sparring and shit. Dude, I would be like showing you how it's done. I'd be like, hey, boys and girls, you're going to fake a jab, and then you're going to hit them low, and then you're going to do a number 3. I can't do that. No, everybody's old now. They don't want to play. So now that I can't fight stupid people, we're going to fight motherfucking nature, dude. Because eventually World War III is going to happen. We're going to live in a Mad Max, dystopian, Book of Eli apocalypse universe, and we're gonna run out of ammunition. But blades and sharpening stones, they don't run out of ammunition, dude. Do you understand what I mean, guys? They'll always be there. So, and then also another thing to consider is, I live in California. You're not allowed to be a man, much less own a gun. And I don't rolling. I don't walk. I don't traverse. I don't go anywhere looking really rich and flamboyant. I lurk in the shadows. I'm a Sasquatch. I keep to myself, right? But that's why the people who mess with me, they're crazy. They don't own guns. They don't know how to chamber around. The people who own guns that commit crimes, they're after high crime. They're after to steal your Bentley. They want to steal your rims. They want to steal your Sea-Doo. They want to take you to your ATM machine and empty it out. Okay, when you dress like a grungy retard, the only people who want to fuck with you is people who are. I mean, I'm not saying they're not going to be armed. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, dude. One time I was skinny, I was all good looking and shit, and this dude pulls over in the middle of the night. I'm waiting for the bus in the morning. It's all the distant, abysmal fog. It's dark. It's decrepit as fuck. This dude pulls over and got mad because I wouldn't let him rub my feet. I pulled out some cheap Harbor Freight knife on his ass. This would be the second time, the second person, I think, I ever had to do something like this to. And he got the point. He left. Harbor Freight knives suck, dude. So, I don't know, but call me traumatized. It further developed my fascination with medieval style weapons. And we have to you can't be really walking around with a katana. Some places it's legal. It is legal to walk around with a sword. It's not practical. We all watched the movie Rambo too much. We know that knives are the answer, and big knives are even better. So without further ado, guys, I gotta be a douchebag. Please subscribe. I got miscellaneous shit on my channel. For shit like this, look up any of my playlists that say like tactical, martial, survival. Some of the wilderness is interesting. Some of the like, it'll say something like paranormal or conspiracy. Infowars, Squach, Pastor Squach, Infowars, rants like RANTS, like rants. That's all political shit. I'm sick and tired of being political. Honestly, everything politics, whatever travesties happen on the TV, on the news, and the Democrats and the Republicans spin it to this and that. Always ask yourself this question: whatever laws, whatever warmongerings, whatever propaganda, whatever enthusiasms come out of this, whatever through whatever political scope and spectrums, how does this affect my ability to say what I want to say, believe what I want to believe, increase or my living costs or taxes and all that, and if I can own a gun? How is this going to take away? Always ask yourself, whatever's going on with politics, how does this increase or decrease my ability to protect myself and my family, to rise up for my beliefs, to believe whatever I want to believe, and the cost of fucking living? And and the sacrifices I'm gonna have to go through for whatever new technological stupid fucking ordinances that you want me to get on a grid and shove an RFID chip or whatever up my ass about. Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves. So I really admonish you guys to get into the knife community, because we're all like that, dude. Knives are a niche thing. Anybody, you might not be able to afford an AK-47, a Kalashnikov, a fucking AR, this and that. I got guns, dude. I got guns right here, baby. And I'm pro Second Amendment. But if you just want to go camping with your family and have something to fucking ward away fucking the Yeti and chop some fucking damn firewood. I love chopping firewood. God bless it. Get yourself a Kershaw Camp 10, a K-bar, whatever. Learn how to sharpen it. Eventually, you're going to get more and more interested in knives, and you're going to want to start getting. You're going to, as an American, you're not going to be able to stop buying Tops knives. I talk a lot. Me and Joe X talk a lot of shit on Tops knives, but damn it, they make some fucking badass made in USA shit. It's just pretty fucking expensive. Can't really blame them. Essie's a really good company. This K-bar is pretty good, you know. So anyways, tactical, martial, survival, wilderness, rants, InfoWars, preternatural or paranormal, conspiracy, all those playlists, those names. Look up those playlists on my channel. I make a silly radio station, Riddle Steel Radio and K-Tam Radio. The music, the sound quality is really bad. You don't have to watch it. I made myself a commercial-free Pandora. Anyway, but yeah, guys. So keep on rocking in the free world. Up the irons. Say fuck yeah. God bless. That's pretty good, dude. I can't Excalibur this shit, dude. That tip. I also, this K-bar or whatever, I sharpen the false edge on the back so I can clap back, yo. We have to be annoying. I have to blab a lot. It's a channel that doesn't have a lot going on, so I have to be annoying. I have to blab a lot, and I have to be in my transmordial, primitive, animalistic formicile to convey to you the honor. So get into the knife community, because we're all freedom-loving, badass, red-blooded Americans. That T from Cold Steel wants to holla back at Joe X. And fucking some honorable mentions. Whatever Jacob B. Peterson from Prepper Bunkers Outdoors says about politics, whatever he says is right. Whatever Joe X says about manhood is fucking right. I remember Pistol Pete was really cool. Three Rivers Blades is really badass. And Choir Boys and Donnie B, they're gonna teach you really how to use the knives. Badass, sexy motherfuckers that are all sleek and like those fucking badass orcs and ogres from Lord of the Rings characters that I just mentioned. They're gonna teach you how to use a knife. But people like me and Joe X, all sleek and aerodynamic and all excruciatingly palpitating to the secretions of female pheromones, kind of studly creatures that we exude, we will show you everything we say about manhood is right, but everything I said about the other guys, they're right about everything that has to do with how to use a knife. And Jacob B. Peterson is absolutely correct about everything to do with politics, just not religion. And I'm very credenced and credentialified to convey this to you because I'm old and I never had social lockdowns like chores, curfews, or family life. I got to explore and I got to live a bunch. I got to be like, what's that movie where Leonardo DiCaprio, he fakes being a doctor and a pilot and he meets a lot of people. I faked being a mechanic. I faked being a welder. I faked being a male stripper. I faked all these things on accident because I just got shoved in the front of the line because nobody else is doing it. So I have a lot of expertise, dude. I have a lot of life knowledge. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that I mean like I'm this dude from California, and I don't have all the testosterone of Don Fry and Dan Severn from the show Toxic Masculinity. I somehow didn't come out all that fortified, but you'll find out. You'll find out that if you agree with everything I say, you actually have testosterone in your body, and you're not a cuck, right? And you're not a piece of, you try to be less of a douchebag until you have to be a douchebag to let all the fun girls know what they've been missing out on, you know? Make a statement. So yeah. So you guys, so those dudes are cool. Get into knives in the survivalist community. And this they're here, the BAR KUKRI. I'm Nacho the Squatcho. And I love yuns. I gotta go, guys. There's shit I gotta do. I gotta eat steaks. We eat steaks and we left barbell plates. Fool.